Korean holidays. There are two major holidays in Korea. One is the New Year's Day, as we celebrate here in the United States. It is called Seollal. The other one is Chuseok, and it could be equivalent to Thanksgiving Day here. We will first look at Seollal. Korean New Year, Seollal, is the first day of the Korean lunar calendar. There are actually two Seollals in Korea. One is on January 1st, which is observed in the USA, and the other is the Seollal going according to the lunar calendar. Therefore, Korea essentially has two January 1sts. But countries other than Korea also observe this lunar calendar, January 1st, as Seollal. Some of those countries include China, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, and the Philippines. Seollal is based on the lunar calendar, which changes its date every year. One year, Seollal would fall at the end of January, and some years it would be in the beginning of February. In Korea, people have work and school off for Seollal and Chuseok. This is to provide enough time for people to spend time with their families. It is similar to how we, in the US, have the Thursday of Thanksgiving off, but also the Friday after Thanksgiving, making it a 4-day holiday. Just like many other countries, Seollal in Korea represents the start of the new year. But in Korea, on Seollal, everyone ages 1 year older. Koreans say, 나이를 한 살 더 먹는다, which literally means eating one more age. In order to eat one more year old, Koreans eat 떡국 on Seollal. By eating this, one would truly grow one more year old. The rice cake, 떡, in this dish is going from a long rice cake called 가래떡, and this represents longevity. It seems that living long is an important thing in all countries and all eras of time. On this day of Seollal that starts with eating 떡국, families gather and do 세배. 세배 is where young family members bow to the older family members while wearing the Korean traditional dress hanbok. It is showing respect to the elders. While doing the 세배, one would say 새해 복 많이 받으세요, which means have many blessings this year. The person receiving the 세배 would say a few good words to the one bowing to them. For example, to those who are not married yet, they would encourage them that they should get married this year. For those who do not have a job yet, they would say, I hope you find the job you want this year. And to younger children, they give money that is called 세뱃돈. This is one reason that many children very much look forward to Seollal. Then families would go outdoors and play Seollal games such as 윷놀이, the game of youth, and 연날리기, flying kites. However, one important ritual on Seollal includes 차례. This is where families gather to prepare a table of food for their ancestors and bow to the photo of the deceased relatives that is also prepared on the table. This occurs 2 times in a year, on Seollal and Chuseok. It was believed that all family members should participate in this ritual in order to receive good fortune from the ancestors. There are a lot of food that needs to be prepared for this, so typically women would be busy preparing the food, while men were the ones doing the bowing. This 차례 originated from Confucianism, and some believe it does not fit with today's society, so many do not practice it anymore. Some Christians also do not practice it because it does not align with the religious beliefs of Christianity. But there are some families that still practice it regardless of their religion. Also, after 차례, people do 성묘, which is visiting their ancestors' grave, and hold another 차례 ceremony. This is the reason that Seollal and Chuseok emphasize the gathering of families. Along with Seollal, the Korean New Year's Day, Chuseok is Korea's biggest national holiday that is on August 15th according to the lunar calendar. Chuseok literally means autumn evening and also can mean moon bright autumn night, which reflects how it is known for being the night with the brightest moonlight in August. Another name for Chuseok is 한가위. Han means big and 가위 means in the middle. It is an old way of saying the big day in the middle of August. It is the time when farming is almost over and fruits and grains are ready to be harvested, as the sky is high and weather is good. So there's a well-known saying that says, "No more, no less, just be like Hangawi." The origins of Chuseok comes from religious aspects about the moon in the ancient days. Moon was considered as a very honorable thing for the people, as it provided light in the dark night. To honor this, people usually held celebrations when it was full moon. Within the 5,000 years of Korea's history, 제사, the act of ancestral rites, was already a central part of the Korean people's culture. After harvesting all the goods from the land in the fall, people held 차례 with rice cakes made from newly harvested rice, along with newly harvested fruits of 5 different colors. This traditional ritual of showing gratitude to the ancestors for all the abundant crops of the year is called 성묘. Chuseok, as a holiday on which people share the harvested crops and thank the ancestors, is a very enjoyable and a plentiful day of the year for many. It is a customary practice for the 차례 table to have the newly picked fruits and harvested crops for the ancestors. There are variations to how the table is set up based on which region the practice hails from, but the basics of it is the same. On the northern direction of the table, one would place the name plaques of the ancestors. The first row would have white rice, soup, and songpyeon, the rice cakes, on each side. On the second row, there would be the braised meat dish, grilled fish, and pancakes. Third row would have the taro soup and noodle-based dish. Fourth row would have the seasoned dried polak, kimchi, and seasoned vegetables. Fifth row would have fresh fruits and desserts, such as Korean traditional cookies. Nowadays, it is a trend that many 차례 table setup would only consist of 5 to 6 dishes, as people started to prefer a simpler setup. One interesting thing is that there would not be any dishes that used pepper powder or garlic, and peaches were never put on the table. As the most representative food of Chuseok, songpyeon is traditionally made by the whole family the night before Chuseok. Songpyeon is a type of rice cake that is made with rice powder dough with sesame seeds, red beans, and or chestnuts inside, and made into a shape of the moon. These rice cakes would be placed on top of pine needles to be steamed, followed by being rinsed under cold water, and lastly, given some sesame oil as a glaze. It was said that a woman's ability to make pretty moon shapes for these songpyeons determined how pretty her child would be. So many women try to make their songpyeon as pretty as possible. Another thing that people did on the night of Chuseok was praying their wishes to the full moon. They say that the way of placing the inside ingredient on top of a circular-shaped rice cake dough, then folding it to make a half moon shape, is like how the moon changes from a full moon to a half moon. The reason that pine leaves are used for steaming is to have the aroma of the pine leaves become embedded in the songpyeon, to prevent the songpyeon from sticking to each other, and to make the songpyeon last longer due to phytoncide that is emitted from the pine leaves. Phytoncides helps plants and trees protect themselves from harmful insects and germs. How to make songpyeon. Prepare rice dough in 3 different colors and honeyed sesame filling. Make a round shape out of the dough and make a cup-like shape in the middle for the filling to be placed. Scoop up a half spoonful of filling and fill in the cup with the filling. Seal up the cup carefully. Press gently to bring the edges to stick together. Make a half-moon-shaped rice cake. 윷놀이 and 강강 수월래 are games that Koreans enjoy on Chuseok. 윷놀이 was a game that people of all ages enjoyed and is known to have started in the 4th century during the Three Kingdom era. 윷놀이 is played in 2 teams, and each team has 4 game pieces. To play, Each player would take turns throwing 4 pieces of wooden stick yut, and based on how the yut lands, the players move their game pieces, and the first team to go around the game board first wins. When yut is tossed and lands upside down with one of the sticks showing the bottom side, it is called do, and the game piece will move 1 space. If 2 sticks land upside down, it is 개 and moves 2 times. If 3 sticks, 걸, with moving 3 spaces, and 4 sticks, yut, with moving 4 spaces. The last one is called 모 when all sticks land showing the top side. When a player throws yut or 모, they can have another turn. In the old saying, each represents an animal. 도 is pig, 개 is dog, 걸 is sheep, yut is cow, and 모 is horse. 강강수월래 is a game that was popular among Korean women a long time ago, and it was a game done on August Hangawi. Many would gather and hold hands to make a big circle and sing the lyrics of 강강수월래 as they go round and round. There's a story related to 강강수월래 and Admiral Lee Sun-shin, who is a hero of the Joseon era. There was a full moon the night before Admiral Lee Sun-shin's naval battle at Noryang. To lower the fighting spirit of the enemy troops, Admiral Lee told women in the area to make bonfires and play 강강수월래. When the Japanese troops saw this from afar from the sea, they were frightened by what looked to be a huge number of Korean soldiers, so they gave up their attack and retreated.